Grand Rising, trappers. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I have an appointment. I'm going to get a facial, so y'all don't judge me on my little appearance, okay? I'm going to get a facial, and so I'm looking a little crazy, but whatever. What's up, Grand Rising? So listen, I have a sale, you guys. Fix your credit in 30 to 45 days, right? So you guys know we do the Metro 2, and Metro 2 is a language that speaks to the asker, and it's almost like computer coding to the system that the credit reporting agencies have, right? And so what happens is you send in your Metro 2, and the Metro 2 tells the asker, hey, these 49 to 51 fields, they're not filled out. And per the Fair Credit Reporting Act, anything that is incomplete, unverifiable, or inaccurate must come off your credit report. So you're not doing a factual dispute. You're not saying if this account is mine or not. I'm saying when you put it on here, you didn't do your job, and now it's got to come off, right? And so, you guys, link is in the bio. It literally says sale right on there. The replay with the big Metro 2 book. This book has everything in it. Everything. Repos, student loans, state and federal, child support, collections, charge-offs, write-offs, BKs. Those are bankruptcies. Any and everything you could think of on your credit report is inside of this Metro 2, right? Really, really easy, you guys. You copy and paste, you fill in your information, you send it off. I also included the replay, which is a step-by-step of me going through the entire book, showing you exactly what to do, and then showing you the verbiage and the method that I use to get the accounts, the collections off for my clients in 30 to 45 days. Right? So it is on sale right now. Link is in the bio, you guys. It's $250. This is a $3,000 suite. I am going to leave it up for, we'll just say a week, right? Because you guys know I don't do this sale all the time. So catch it while you can, right? Go into summer with great credit. Go into this summer going into the lot and not putting a down payment on your car. You guys, it's tax time. Right? How many of us are waiting to get our tax check so we can go drop a down payment at a D lot car lot so we can get a car that we know just to get back and forth to work that we know is going to be a whole bunch of bullshit and we're going to have to put money and everything else into, right? Why not just take the $250 and go fix your credit? Work with what you're working with right now. Let that shit roll off and then go into the car lot in an A, B, C even car lot. Not have to put a tremendous down payment down, right? Go to your bank. Fix your credit and go into your bank and get your car note. Do you guys know that when we fix our credit and then we go get an actual car loan from the bank, do you guys know you can get it at like 7%? I got three $20,000 car loans when I was going to do Turo, right? And I think it was like 4 or 7% interest. Now, I didn't end up doing that. When I crunched the numbers, I realized that with Turo, you need at least 5 cars just to make $50,000 a year. And if you have 5 vehicles on Turo, your life is going to be all about Turo, right? Or you're going to have to pay somebody to pick your cars up, clean them, get them gas, and all that other shit. And then you're cutting into that $50K. And that just wasn't enough money for me. Like, I did $50K to have 5 cars on Turo and carry that type of responsibility and have to do all that work. I wasn't feeling it. So I went with a different investment. And that was, actually, I have a couple of them. We're doing AFC Homes in March, and then I have a private investing opportunity. And I did ecom, right? So I I bought into a store, and I took a $50,000 business credit card, and I put it on the store. So what I'm doing is I have OPM, which is my business credit, that's other people's money, on my store, and I'm using the purchasing power of the store to build my business credit. I'm about to grab my coffee. So I'm literally using the purchasing power on that store to take my business credit to unlimited. So you guys know when I talk about 6-figure business credit, that is where you start in at. Right? You start at 6 figures when you follow the blueprint. When you follow the credit stacking method and you follow the blueprint, you start at 100,000. Your business credit can go to unlimited, right? In the first year, it is very obtainable and tangible to have $500,000 in business credit. It sounds way bigger and harder than what it is, right? Everybody has told us to go into the banks right? Everybody has told us that we gotta that we gotta have age in our business, and we gotta go into the banks, and we gotta have a shelf corp, and we gotta add primary trade lines to our company so that way we can get these 50K no doc loans. Well, when I went in to do that, those 50K no doc loans are like $2,000 a month. And I'm like, that's crazy, right? I'm a numbers person. I'm a logical person. I have been my whole entire life. I am the girl that is going to figure out how to get there the fastest and with the least investment, whether that was street life or that was legal life, right? Whether I was inside flipping around a restaurant and taking a restaurant to, from the red to the black, or back in my 7 felony days, right? I'm going to figure out how to get to my goal the fastest with the least amount of money coming out of my pocket. That's just how I am. Anybody who knows me knows that's how I am. So when I went into business credit and I was building out these tiers, and I had the 80 Paydex score, and I had the Experian score, and I had the Equifax score, I'm going into these banks and I'm talking to these underwriters, and Duns & Bradstreet has nothing to do with the bank. The only thing that you get when you build out EIN only business credit is the store, right? Like the Home Depot, the Sam's Club, the shit like that. The only lines of credit you're going to get go off of your revenue. And they have shit terms, you guys. So you build out your EIN only, right? And it's expensive. It's not cheap to build out EIN only. You got to order from all those net damn 30s. And then you could do it in 45 days. I did. But you got to order from all these net 30s. Then you got to add a shelf corp so that way you have age, right? Then you got to add, what are they called? Like the credit builder accounts for business. We call them auto accounts, right? Autopilot accounts. They are not cheap. Credit Strong is like $1,000 a month. Like, it's not cheap. And so you do all this, and then you go into the bank, and the bank looks at the damn merchant code on your trade line and sees it's a credit builder account. Like, they know that you don't really have a 50K fucking trade line. They know that it's Credit Strong. And so you just shoot yourself in the foot. Like, you're just wasting money. I think those people got affiliates. That's what I really believe that they have affiliates, and that's why they push the certain shit so they can make money. I don't know that for a fact. That's just what I think. So you go into the bank and you realize this shit ain't working. Well, then I went to go get other lines of credit, and everything goes off your PG. Everything goes off your personal credit. It is really that easy, right? But a lot of us sit with bad credit because we think it's going to take a bunch of time. We think it's going to take a bunch of money. We think it's hard. It's not. It does not take a bunch of time. 30 to 45 days. 30 to 45 days, you can have everything off your credit report. At the same time you're running your sweep, you're going to add your credit builder accounts, right? That's going to be your pledge loan, your secured card, your rent reporters, 2AUs. For literally under $200-300. And you have a 750 or better in 90 days. It is that damn simple. But we got people out here scamming, and then we got a bunch of myths, and it just, people don't know. People don't know. Hey. So right now, the replay is on sale for $250, you guys. That is literally the step-by-step of the sweep. All the questions that were asked in class are in the replay, and the step-by-step, the exact verbiage I use, the exact way I send them off, and what I use for my clients, and all the trappers have used to get stuff off of their credit report, negative items, in 30 to 45 days. I've seen a 110-point increase in 4 days. I've seen a 144-point increase in 2 weeks. 199 points, 200 and some points, right? Like, the shit is fire. Do not let the cost fool you. It's fire. So this is one thing I know. When we don't invest, we don't see the value, right? So when we're taking these courses and classes for like $97, $7, $250, we don't really think that it has value. And so a lot of times, if we don't have to put down our money on something, if it doesn't make us feel it, right? If you're not putting down $2,500, like you didn't feel that investment, you are not going to show up the same. Free is not free, you guys. It's not free. Nope. There is nope. I don't use like Dispute Panda and Credit Cloud and all that. The Metro 2 that I got from my credit coach, who is a fucking beast. I believe that she got it off of Prodigy or one of her like top tier, credit associates. And so it's a format, and you pick the reason. So it's an actual format that you are just going to copy and paste, and then you're going to drop which letter you need for which situation. So it's not like it's a $250 one time, that's it. You don't have to pay anything else. You don't even have to pay for the mail because I'll show you how to upload. You don't even have to leave your house to dispute your credit with that replay. It's one time, $250, that's it. I've heard mixed things about, oh, I'm excited. Make sure you come back and post your results. Checkmate, I don't know if he's on here, but Checkmate jumped in one of the lives the other day, and said that their score just went up to 800s. So I was looking for the post. They said that they posted it and it was waiting approval, but I don't see it. I actually need to, you know what? Let me inbox right now. But you guys can see, go into the Business Trappers Facebook group, right? There are people that are the trappers. Everyone who has bought the replay or taken the course is literally within weeks dropping their results. Whether that's TransUnion wiped out, Equifax is wiped out. You guys, the Equifax data breach is it's done. Like, you can't get the settlement that ended on January 24, but you can still take a screenshot that your information was affected and send that off with your Metro 2 disputes and wipe your Equifax out, right? You can still take the screenshot. Even if your information wasn't affected, ask everybody in your family for the last 6 digits of their social, and I guarantee out of 3 of you, 1 of your information was affected. Use that screenshot. Put it in with your disputes, you guys. Wipe your Equifax out. Here's a hack for you. PenFed pulls from Equifax. If your information was affected and you put that screenshot, you send off your Metro 2, and Equifax wipes out your entire credit report. Open up an account with PenFed, freeze your TransUnion and your Experian, because PenFed will really, PenFed, Equifax is wiping out the report within days. They're taking all the collections off within days. So it's going to come off first. Open up the account with PenFed and apply for a car. As soon as your report clears, apply for a vehicle. One of my clients got 2 vehicles back to back within 3 weeks of starting her dispute from PenFed, and did not have to supply 1 income doc. Not one. She didn't have to provide shit. She went to the lot. She got approved for 2 $20,000 vehicles. It's easy to get approved for cars, you guys, because they're just going to come take it back. I hate when you first get coffee and it's super hot and you're like scared you're going to burn your tongue because you burned it so much in your life because you drink your coffee too quick. Yeah, I don't like that. Anyways, Navy Fed. Navy Fed, when you are doing a credit build out, Navy Fed is going to be your best friend. If you fucked up with Navy Fed, oh well, there's other banks, you guys. There's other banks. Navy Fed is the best because they have an internal scoring system that most of us know. It goes from 100 to 450 points. Navy Fed pulls from TransUnion. So if you have under 3 inquiries and no collections on your TransUnion, you open up an account with Navy Fed. You do a pledge loan, right? Put as much money in that pledge loan as you can. Take your tax check, put as much money in there as you can. When they do the pledge loan, they're going to release the funds into your checking account. Allow the funds that you put in there to sit there for 3 business days, and then take 97% of that money and pay it back to your savings. When you do this, you just bought yourself a high limit installment trade line. It is going to report on all 3 of the credit reporting agencies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. What you're also doing is building a relationship with Navy Fed. And after you get past 300 with Navy Fed with their internal scoring system and have under 3 inquiries on your TransUnion and 0 collections, you're going to be able to get whatever in the hell you want from them. That typically takes 91 days or 3 months. Once you get done with your installment, your pledge loan, go and get a secured card. Don't put all your money on a secured card, right? Because you can't get it back off. It's on a fucking card. Just do like $500, $200, whatever you got. Anything that you use cash for, right? Your groceries, your gas, your snacks, eating out, whatever in the hell you're spending your cash on. Swipe that secured card first. Use the secured card. Only use it for what you have cash for. right? We don't use our credit. We're not using our credit like it's cash. We are telling them a story when we're using our credit. And we are telling them, I want your credit, but I don't need your credit. We never use our credit if we don't have the cash to pay for it, right? So use that secured card for everything that you're going to pay cash for. Run it up twice a month, pay that bitch down to a zero balance. 3 days before your statement date, you can find your statement date on your statement. 3 days before your statement date, make sure that credit card is paid down to a 3% or lower balance. Don't use it again until your due date. Do that shit for 3 months and watch what happens. You want to get really saucy? Add rent reporters, right? Read between the lines. Go on Zillow. Find a house. Read between the lines, you guys. Put rent reporters on your credit report. It's going to give you 10 years data points, 2 years positive reporting payment history. That's the fuck I'm trying to say. Payment history. That's three trade lines, right? That's 3 primaries. Grab 2 authorized users. If you need authorized users, inbox me. I have a plug. Now you have 5 positive reporting accounts on your credit report. You will have a 750 or better with a solid profile in 90 days or less. Period. I do this shit all the time. Good morning. What is it called to get it's a pledge loan. Almost all banks offer pledge loans. It's either called a pledge loan or a secured loan, but almost like every single bank does. It's, you guys, 250 the Metro 2 replay. Like I said, don't let that price fool you. That is a $3,000 or better sweep that is getting fire ass results back to back to back to back to back. I have the replay at 250 so that way more of you have the opportunity to grab it who are ready to invest, right? When we're making an investment on ourselves, a lot of times, if it's 97, like we buy all these $7 products, all these $97, right? And when we show up, we're not invested. We are not invested like we just dropped $1,000 or $2,500. The way we show up to a program that costs $2,500 is completely different than the way we show up to something that costs $250, right? And that's why we say free ain't free. Because when you're going to these free workshops and you're buying these $7 programs and you're jumping, you're doing this $97 a month to fix your credit, you're not really invested, you guys. You're not. The way that I go to a $97 workshop is not the way I showed up for my $10,000 mentorship. I can tell you that $10,000 course that I paid for, every single day at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was up doing the modules. I was at every single call. I'm still damn near at every single call. 9 months in, right? And it took me from 0 online following, 0 online clients. I had absolutely no idea about tech. I didn't know anything about online. I went from 0, a bartender waitress, from 0 to 5-figure months in 6 months. But I felt that $10,000 that I invested, right? Like it was $10,000 fucking dollars before I ever had money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to get up and make that shit work, right? And that's those type of investments that we show up and we get results for. Right now, on the other end of that, I remember being a bartender or waitress and $250. Oh, I felt that. If I spent $250 for a course or replay at anything, I felt that $250, right? Because that's where the fuck my income was at that point. So that's why I have this replay up at $250, so that more of us can grab it. More of us can have great credit by summer. It's 30 to 45 days. It is literally the most simplest process. It's not hard. You don't have to be techie. You don't have to know everything. I'll show you step by fucking step exactly what to do. The verbiage is done for you. You're just copying and pasting and then sending it off. You don't even have to leave your house. I don't think my coach could have made credit repair any more easier. That's why I'm on your live every time you're here. Aw, thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. I love the TikTok trappers. Like, you guys are... So, they say your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And so, the people that follow in here, our community, is dope as fuck. There's so much knowledge in here. From the trappers who have their companies set up with trust, where they own nothing and control everything, to the consumer law knowledge, the knowledge in credit repair, Trinity, other credit repair goats in here. Like everybody in here has so much knowledge and is in the energy is so dope. Like I love coming on live with you guys. I don't even need credit repair, but going to purchase to help family and friends. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Each one teach 10. The more of us that learn how to do it, the more wealth we can generate and create inside of our immediate families and our communities, right? Because everything goes with credit. People swear up and down that you can do no PG business credit and build out tiers. That is cap. They are lying. Like it is bullshit. And the money that you get is like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? Like, okay, I got 25,000, but I got to pay $1,300 a week. Like, I'm not going to make any money on this investment. It's like they know this business. This is my theory. They know that small business owners, we don't know about business credit because it's been gatekept for so long. We don't know really about leveraging OPM, right? So we use our personal credit. And when you run a business, you are going to pay for whatever your business needs on your personal credit. What does that give us? High utilization. What does high utilization do? It drops our credit score. So you have business owners who are trying to help their business survive and thrive. Maybe a machine broke down. Maybe their food truck engine went out, whatever that looks like. They got to put this big ass purchase on their personal credit. That drops their score. Now the score is at like a 625 because they have high utilization, right? So now they can't go into the banks. They can't go to other places to get a decent loan on decent terms. And they got to go through a fintech company like Fundbox, Capital on Tap, Brex, Divvy, Bill. Those are all fintech companies, you guys. And so we go to them because they have lesser requirements for credit. But now we got a $25,000 or $50,000 loan that has weekly or daily payments and like a 300% interest rate. And the person who did our paperwork when we got that loan, depending on the point of our loan, got paid up to $10,000 just for filing our paperwork. So we're paying them to file paperwork before we're ever even seeing an ROI on that money, on that investment. So that's why I'm so heavy on business credit and credit stacking and showing you guys the easiest, fastest, most aggressive way to get the least minimal payment for the same amount of money. You get the same $100,000. You get the same $100,000 in cash. In cash, because I'll show you how to liquidate the damn cards. So you get the same $100,000 in cash for a third of what you're going to pay at the bank. And it replenishes itself. It's revolving. So you drop 10 on that, you got 10 available back to you. The replay, the link is in the bio. The link is in the bio. And that's the Metro 2 replay. So it's the big Metro 2 book, which has evictions, charge-offs, student loans, state and federal, BKs, repos, write-offs, child support, everything. Any credit situation is inside of this ebook for the Metro 2. And so you get the big ebook, and then I have the replay attached to it where I go through the book step by step. I show you exactly what to do. Yep, student loans, state and federal. I show you exactly what to do, and then I show you how to go onto the CFPB, which is what I use, and upload using the exact verbiage, the exact way that I'd use it to get any and everything off my clients' credit reports in 30 to 45 days. So it's not just the ebook. I'm literally showing you step by step in the replay exactly what to do, where to go, and what to say to have the shit off of your credit report in 30 to 45 days. Some of the trappers who got the replay or took the class, one of them got it was 110 points in 4 days. It took 4 days. Their entire Equifax was wiped out. I seen 144 points, 190 points. You can look. There's so many results that came in, and I've been posting them in the stories, but they are in the Business Trappers Facebook group. That's the fuck I'm trying to say. It'll be there Friday. The replay will be up there Friday. I'm going to leave it up there for a few days. Whenever I have the sale up there, I try to leave it up there for a few days, and especially like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because I know that's when most people get paid. And your vibe attracts your tribe. So I know I got a lot of bartenders and waitresses on here. So I know Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those are our money days. And if I was going to catch one of my coaches' sales when I first started, I would have to catch it on a Sunday or a Monday when I probably got my check and I worked all weekend and busted my ass to make that damn $250. So I think about where I started at. Yeah, no problem. Definitely think about where I started at. I crashed using my personal credit. Most people do. Most people do. But Corey, do you know that the average millionaire has filed bankruptcy 3 times? The average millionaire has filed bankruptcy 3 times. And I think it's like 80 or 90% of millionaire and billionaires, they do not get the bulk of their money into their 50s, 60s, and 70s. So when we fail or we get knocked down in our 30s and 40s, we really be feeling like life is over, right? Like our back is against a wall, like our life is over. But the reality of it is the million and billionaires that have left generational wealth in their families for their kids, they were hitting the bottom the same way in their 30s and in their 40s. They just got back up and they continued to go until they got it. Right? And that happened, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, all of them. The Rockefeller family, what is the other ones? The ones that did the damn petroleum jelly, Rothschild. People have fell off, and these people that are so big to us, they fell and stumbled and got back up the same way. It's not over. We just got to take a deep breath, reset, and fucking attack them again. Right? It's only over when we give up. Like that is the only time the game is over for us, is when you give up or when your fucking heart gives up. Like other than that, get up and do it again. Because if you did it once, you can do it again. And when you do it the second and third time, you're doing it from a standpoint of learning the lessons from all the mistakes from the first. So you just get better. You just get faster. It's not going to take you that long the second and third time. Please help. I'm trying to buy a mobile home. Homestead. Grab the replay. The replay with the Metro 2 is on sale right now. The link's in the bio. It takes any and everything off your credit in 30 to 45 days. Like you're gonna wipe all that stuff off. Even if you have some accounts that linger, like if you have 1 or 2 accounts that linger, it literally, you have 3 method of verification letters in there and step by step exactly what to do. And for those of you who grab the replay, send me a screenshot. Shit, you can in here. For those of you who grab the replay, DM me with your with your Facebook handle, and I'll add you into the Master Suite Facebook group. So that way, if you have questions and all that other good stuff, you're in there with everybody else and you have support. If you have any issues or what, while you're going through it, you could drop your question in the group and you have support from me too. Yes, child support. Child support affects your credit if you're late on your payments and if you have your debt to income ratio. So you definitely want to get it off. And I just don't like them people in my business. Like, it's none of your business if I have child support. Like, why is it your business if me and my partner are separated and I got to pay for my kids? Like, get the fuck out of here. How does that affect my credibility? Like, no, this shouldn't even be on there. I don't like the people in my business at all. So anything that's the other part about the replay, right? Is that I show you guys so our personal identifiers, right? Those are going to be our names, addresses, phone numbers that are attached to our credit report. Those are what tie us to our collections. And so a lot of us are sending in disputes and we're sending in these different methods, but we're not cleaning up our PIs, our personal identifiers. So our shit's coming back verified. So I show you guys in the replay how to change your personal identifiers in 5 days. So look, that replay has so much secret sauce in there. It's ridiculous. What would raise your credit faster? Selling. So that is a great question. What would raise your credit faster? Settling collections or charge-offs? We never pay collections, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when you pay it, You are relieving your bargaining chip. You no longer have a bargaining chip, and it does not help your credit. It's actually going to drop your score. So what we do is trappers, we sweep the collections and charge-offs off of our credit. They're going to sell it to another debt collector because it's off your credit report. When that debt collector starts calling, we make a deal. Hey, how much did you buy this for? Oh, you bought it for $100. Okay, well, I'll give you $150 on this $1,000 debt, and I want a pay per delete, PPD, pay per delete, in writing that when I give you this little funky ass $150, you are not allowed to put this back onto my credit report. And that is how we handle charge-offs and collections. We never pay unless they give us a pay per delete. So original creditors, when you start sweeping those accounts off your credit report, when those collections are profit loss write-offs, they have been being compensated on their taxes. They wrote that off as a profit loss, right? Well, they continue to keep it on your credit report because they continue to write it off every single year, even though they're not supposed to. And so once you take it off your credit report, they can no longer collect on the debt because they wrote it off, it's been compensated. And now they can't collect on it again and compensate because you just took it off your credit report. So they sell it to a debt collector. The debt collector buys it for pennies on a fucking dollar. And that is when we get our pay per deletes. That is when we wiggle in there and we get that shit permanently deleted. How do they verify? Through your address, email, old employers, phone numbers. They verify closed charge off through our personal identifiers. They are not doing an investigation like they're supposed to per the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They are not reaching out and talking directly to the company or anybody who works in there. They are taking your dispute and they are running it against AI, a fucking computer, a big ass database that tells them, oh, well, the name matches, the address matches, the employer matches, it's theirs. That is their investigation, which is unlawful. Their investigation is supposed to be calling and talking to someone at that company. It's supposed to be calling your family, your neighbors, your employers, and looking at your credit worthiness. Not supposed to be running it against a computer system. If you don't want to do the pay per delete, then you can definitely go for delete the debt. That's not my specialty. I would tell you to go with my bully sister, the Annihilator. That's her department. I am the success, love, speed. We're going fast, girl. So I'm going to get everything off the report and get that shit out the way so I can go get my hands on 100,000, right? And build my business credit. Deleting the debt and going back and forth and building the cases, that shit takes too long for me and it's just not my thing. But her name is the Annihilator and I'll try to take her in the comments. Which page of your Metro 2 package should we send to remove hard inquiries? You can put it right on there. You can put it right in there. It has a section for hard inquiries. Are you looking at the book right now? Yep. You want to get all your old, you want to put a brand new address on there. Brand new address, high value neighborhood. You guys were guilty by association. We are guilty. PM me, broman, DM me. We are guilty by association, you guys. You always want to have your address in a high value neighborhood, right? Where your neighbors look like they all pay their car notes and their house notes on time. Because when we don't, when I'm saying guilty by association, they will literally judge your credit line and what they're going to give you based off of the neighborhood you live in and what they feel like the overall median in there can afford. Can't wait to learn credit biz to help my ungrateful family. Family is the worst, man. Family is the worst. My brother called me yesterday from prison. I wanted to jump through that phone and smack the shit out of him. Talking about some goddamn shoes. Every year it's something, some damn shoes and everything else. I was asking what if companies don't want to, if they don't want to do the pay per delete, they will. If they give you some pushback on the first one, just keep calling until you get somebody that will. They'll all end up settling out. When they realize you're not going to pay them, they'll settle out. Sometimes they try to play hardball, even with the credit reporting agencies. When we call in and they're giving you pushback and they're giving you a hard time, just fucking hang up and call back. You're going to get somebody that's going to talk and act like they got some damn sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually you're going to get somebody on that phone that they're going to do what you want them to do. Same thing with the debt collectors. There's so many people that work for those agencies. Hang up and call back. If they sue, that is a great question. When you are being sued by a debt collector, stop missing your court date, you guys. We have to go to court, right? We act like we are so scared of these people. They are just companies. They're just companies that you never did business with. They're companies that you've never, ever had an account with. We need to go to court. That's how my mom got her $1,500 back, right? All right, as soon as we get off of here, I'll jump on with you. That's how my mom got her $1,500 back they took out of her bank account. We got to show up in court. So when a debt collector takes you to court to sue you, this is not true for the original creditor, you guys. This is a debt collector. They have to write an affidavit of truth, right? And in that affidavit of truth, the very first line, it says that this debt collection company, this agency, has firsthand knowledge that this debt belongs to you. That is a fucking lie. They do not have firsthand knowledge. They got knowledge when they bought 1,500 debts in bulk, and then they ran it against a AI or data furnisher, right? They do not have firsthand knowledge. They have third-party hearsay information. So you do a factual, you do an affidavit against theirs, right? And if that's a little too heavy for you, just go into court. Go into court and be like, I've asked them. First thing you want to do is ask them to provide you the proof that this debt is yours, your wet signature on a contract, right? Then you want to ask them, do you have a license to collect debts in my state? Send what you have that this is my debt, and then also make sure you include a copy of your license that you are licensed to collect in my state, right? So when you get to court, because they're going to send you a packet with a bunch of bullshit in there. It's going to be your statement. It's going to be everything else. It ain't going to be your wet signature. It's going to be everything else. When you get to court, don't go in there screaming consumer laws, you guys. Do not go in there screaming consumer law unless you know about it, okay? So when you go into court, literally, this is not me. You know, there's like 3.2 million people who are affected every year by identity theft. I've looked at my bank statements. I've looked at everything. This does not belong to me. I have asked them multiple times to provide me with documentation that this debt belongs to me. I'm trying to help them figure out who it belongs to, but it's not me. Play that shit however you want to play it, but go to court and get it closed. And if all else fails, and you're not one of those people that can play the game like that, cool. When you go into court, settle that shit out for $10 a month and keep going. Right? Keep going. Stop letting that shit hold you up. Settle that bitch out for $10 a month. Keep going. Here's if you are 100% below the federal poverty guidelines, or you're on Social Security, you can't be fucking garnished anyways. So all my waitresses and bartenders out there, you can't be garnished. Go to fucking court. If you're on Social Security, you can't be garnished. They can't put levies on your bank accounts. They can't take money from you. Only the federal government. Those are the only people that can garnish you or take money from you if you are in either one of those two situations. The feds, the federal government. And that's why we don't play with those people's money, and we don't play with the IRS. If I go change my address on my license, change my identifier, get the replay. Get the replay and I go over how to do that. Metro 2 works really good for student loans, and the replay is on sale right now. Folks, do your affidavit and make them rebuttal. The case close. Wait, what is that, authorized representative? Folks, do your affidavit and make them rebuttal. They won't case close. Oh, I get it. Yeah, do your affidavit, and they can't. Because you got to respond. You have to respond with the affidavit with facts, right? Truth of facts, and they can't. It's third-party information. Oh my God, I needed to see this slide. Yep, make sure you're calling. Make sure you're calling. If you're not getting the results you want, they're not coming off fast enough, call. Call into the credit reporting agencies. Keep both your feet on their fucking necks. I'm just checking on my disputes. I swear I sound like a fucking robot when I call in there now. All right, guys, I got to run to my appointment. Everyone, go and grab the replay for $250. Take advantage of that and go have great credit by the summertime. If I have my small business owners on here, if you guys, if you are my small business owners, the 6-figure business credit class, it has about 3 openings left, right? DM me, we can jump on a call, and go and get great credit and 6 figures, right? Create multiple streams of revenue. 2024 is a year of coming up. It's a year where we can take our business credit and invest in multiple streams of revenue. We ain't got to work so hard, you guys. We don't. And it's not hard. You just need the right blueprint. We just need to stop chasing our tails, trying to do these tiers and get around everything. Thank you guys. And really zero in and focus on your personal credit. 30 to 45 days. That's all you need to wipe your credit out. 90 days total. You can have a 750 or better and being going out and applying for 6-figure business credit. And really going after your dreams and your goals, right? The business trappers, they haven't even been in there 90 days. They've been in there 60 and 45 days. 23K business cards, 11K Navy Fed cards, 110 points, 144 points. Like we're really in there doing the shit and really getting results that are going to be lasting, right? Not some quick fix, not some fucking 60-second we're rich, but actually having great credit and business credit and knowing how to invest it. Right? We are strategically setting ourselves up for generational wealth. That's what we're doing. Yes, if you do not have good credit, it will stop you in business funding. I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow. Yes, if you do not have business or if you do not have good personal credit, it will absolutely stunt your growth in business funding. It is the key to success in business funding and in life, period, right? It is absolutely imperative that you have great credit, and it's not hard and it doesn't take time. You just need the right blueprint. You can grab the replay or wait for the next class to roll around in March, but you definitely want to focus on your personal credit. Get into the Facebook group too, Business Trappers. I go over a whole bunch of stuff in there, you guys. I need this so I can leave my marriage and buy another home. I know that's right, girl. That's how I actually got into credit is when I left. I was in a domestic violence relationship for 16 years. And I ended up doing 2.5 years. I had 7 felonies. And I came home with the clothes on my back. I didn't even have a purse with the ID in it. And I moved to a city where I knew absolutely no one. I moved in with a complete fucking stranger. And I restarted my life. And the reason that I was able to get so far so fast was because of credit. Like, if I would have did it the other way, I would still be bartending and waitressing, trying to save to get in my house, to get my car, because it's longer. Thank you. It's just longer. When you have good personal credit and then you know how to tap into business credit, you literally, you collapse a timeline, right? It's what would take you 10 years saving your money and going into work every day is going to take you a year. Like you get there so much faster. I have bad credit but equity in my building. Can I leverage that for funding? Angela P, DM me because when you want to get funding, it depends on what it's for, right? Is this an investment or an expense? And 2, it's not how we can get the funding. It's what are the terms? Have you ever heard the saying, my price, your price, my terms? Right? So there's this saying, and it's your price, my terms. Meaning, say I'm selling a car for $10,000, right? And so a gentleman's like, yeah, I'm going to come get it tomorrow. Send me, I'm going to sign. I'm coming to get it tomorrow, $10,000. I'm like, yeah, bet. So he comes to get the car and I give it to him. And I'm like, all right, give me my 10,000. He's like, oh, yeah. $1 at a time for 10,000 days. I said, I'm going to give you the 10,000, but it's on my terms. So I'm going to give you 10,000, $1 each day for 10,000 days. Well, that's some bullshit. I still sold the car for 10,000, but for $1 for 10,000 days, the fuck is that going to do for me? And so that's what your price, my terms mean. I'm still going to give you this $25,000 in funding so you can go do what you want. But your payment's going to be $1,300 a week on a 12-month term or 12-week term, right? Or I'm going to give you this $50,000, but it's going to be on a 12-month term, so your payment's going to be $4,000 a month. So when we're setting up ourselves and we're structuring and we're doing everything to get funding, it's so we get our price on our terms. So we're going to go and get that same $50,000 for $800 a month. And that is what I show you guys and teach you inside of the 6-figure business credit class, right? It's not just that we're getting the money. It's that we want the money on our terms so that we can invest and we can flourish and we can really create wealth. So DM me and let's talk about the terms that we got that on. Oh, Teresa, I'm glad that hit. Oh, last kid graduates from college. Congratulations. Y'all, that's a big deal. When you're a parent and you have put in all the work and dedication and your kids graduate, that's really a celebration of great fucking parenting, right? Like you got them there as much as they did. I'm not taking away from them, but I always got to congratulate the parents too. It's 30 to 45 days and it's not a scam. You can go into the Facebook group, Business Trappers, or even on the TikTok page and you can see for yourself. It's not a scam. I usually say 90 days. I don't even say 30 to 45. But the trapper after trapper after trapper after trapper, especially the last 3 months, has been posting results in weeks. I only have one bad thing on my credit. I'm going to try and get it off myself. Absolutely. In the Business Trappers Facebook group, there's some free letters in the topics if any of those will help. If you only have one thing, you know what I'm saying? There's free letters in there. Go check it out and see if one of them fits your situation. All right, guys, I got to go to my appointment. Everybody have a blessed day. Go grab the replay and I'll be back on here later. You're welcome. Oh, thank you.